Basically, if you predicted it was going to end a certain way, that whole scene, it probably it ended the way I'm pretty sure you would have predicted it to end. Okay. So, let's see. I want to try and see if I can't get the stuff to do this one last time. So I have these. It's 36. Didn't I get one that was better than that? I guess Hades, 53. Let's do that. No charm. Okay, so then this is that. So he's at 306 charm. 341. Oh, come on. I need 9 more charm. 352. Boom, we can do that quest. Did I get a haircut or something? I got a haircut like a week and a half ago. I usually just wait until it gets annoyingly long and then I get it cut. It was getting down to like here and I was having to like brush it out my face and it was getting really annoying, so I got it cut. Give me my quest reward. So I can take this stupid dancing costume off. We got some more crafting recipes, so that means we need to go look at stuff to possibly go on a crafting spree. Oh, big bones and dragon horns. Oh, I want that so bad. Ooh. It's actually not that much better than what he's using. Or it's not better than what he's using. Hmm. else? Okay, so we need Dragon Horn and Big Bone. Where the hell do I get that stuff? Texman, yes I have. This is actually, it's 180 plus hours. It's not 180 plus on this particular playthrough though. I put 130 hours into the Japanese playthrough last year when it came out. And I'm about, I'm almost 60 hours into this one, so it's actually almost at 190 hours now. But I have seen the true ending, yes. Let's check crafting again. Not weapons, armor. Ooh. Ooh, that's good. Did you? How'd you like it? Did you finish the bonus dungeon as well, or did you just go? Did you just make a beeline for the true ending? Love potion. What the hell's a love potion? Oh, I know what that is. I bet I can go buy that at... Okay. Ooh, I can make this. You didn't do the trials. I did all the trials first before I went to the Truant path. Actually, I did absolutely every trial. I did every single quest. Actually, in the Japanese version, I did every single quest except for one. And that's because there was one quest I couldn't figure out how to actually get it. I just could never find it. Yeah, it's nice. Try not to spoil it though for some of the others in the chat who haven't seen it though. But it was a really nice ending, especially for fans of the series. Let's do that. If you want a really good challenge though, I do recommend you go and try out the trials in the bonus dungeon. The bosses there will give you a run for your money, even on like like hard monsters. When you're doing it on just regular difficulty, they'll still give you a run for your money. Focus cost half. Yeah, you could probably do them even before that. Really, the main thing you need to be able to do them easily... Oh, this is gonna break. You need to be able to have... Oh, what's that skill called? See, I'm remembering the Japanese name of the skill and not the English name of the skill. Let me look it up. I'll show you what you need. As long as you can do this, I don't know how many skills you have at level 80. I forget. So long as you have dual wield mastery, divide, and critical claim. As long as you have those skills on Eric, you should be fine in order to do the trials and complete all the bonus content that comes from the trials. If you don't have this, even at level 99 is extremely difficult. Not to actually do it. I won't spoil why it gets difficult, but when you first do it, you'll understand why you need to have that in order to be able to get them. But as long as you can do that on Eric, you should be fine. Yeah, if you have all that, you should be able to do it with no issues. Slipweed, lamb's wool. Okay, I really need to figure out where to buy these love potions. Okay. I'm gonna go look for these love potions. I think I know. Yeah, for metal slime grinds. It's good for that, but it's the amount of damage he's able to put out that is what you need. Because even at level, you need a certain amount of damage for those trials in order to, not really just to beat them, but in order to do the extra parts of them. Which allows you to get more quests, which allows you to see some really awesome scenes and get some of the best gear in the game and whatnot. But he's pretty close to required. Okay, I gotta figure out what to buy these. I think they're either gonna be stuff I have to buy from gambling. First, let's go check the Metal Academy. Yeah, Divide is amazing. I always tell people when they ask me about Eric or what I think of the different characters, and I always tell them Eric is really good at the beginning of the game, pretty bad during the middle of the game, and phenomenal in the post-game. Okay, so I can't buy them here. That means they are probably gambling. I need 6 of them. When I did my Japanese playthrough, I basically binged him as soon as I got Jade. This particular playthrough, I took a different path. Like, I never used boomerangs with him in my Japanese playthrough. And I decided to go boomerangs with him just to see if I could get a different use out of him. And I found him more useful in the middle of the game for like just running through dungeons and doing trash stuff. But it was about the best I could do. Yeah, so I did that too. So when I played my Japanese version, I took Jade. I originally took her down through spears, and then I took her up to get multi-feet. This time I'm trying out something different. I'm just trying out claws and using it, but I think what her most powerful like combination is, obviously once you fill out her skill tree, it doesn't matter, but I actually think claw weapons with multi-feet, and then high charm for Pink Typhoon is like her best like ability, because claws have just such a ridiculously high crit chance, and then you have 7 hits on multi-feet, so that's 7 chances to crit. And then for AoE situations, you just use Pink Typhoon. Like, I think her best weapon, like her ultimate weapon, is a spear. But I did spears the first time, and I've been enjoying, and I've really enjoying claws more than I enjoyed spears. But I've been trying to do things differently this time than I did last time, just on purpose. This isn't what I want. I personally prefer dual wielding myself, but it's more just a personal preference. I don't know. I think broadsword is probably better in terms of just pure damage output, but I personally prefer dual wielding. Where do I get love potions? Yeah, I think what it really comes down to with the hero is, like, I don't know what they call the ability in English because I haven't unlocked it yet in English. But once you unlock Tsurugi no Mai, this ability right here, the Swords Dance ability, I think it really just comes down to, do you prefer getting the extra hit off of using dual wield, or do you prefer the extra power off of using a broadsword to use this ability? Is kind of the way I see it. You're kind of deciding, do you want the extra hit with the chance to get more crits, or do you want just the more guaranteed high damage output when you use this ability? Like right now, I have my hero set up for deafness and dual wield, and critting and everything. Like I gave him Guru's gloves, and I almost gave him another thing to give him even more deafness, but I wanted the extra speed on him. But right now, he has plus 45 deafness with this. Then he has all the extra crit talents and one-handed swords and everything. This is your first one. They're all really good. I personally think this is the best one. Here's the love potion. Oh, it's very cheap. Oh. What? Cheat sheet. A convenient little clicker with which one can count this. Huh. Oh god. Ethereal shield? Okay, I need 6 of these. I mean, I've just been abusing, questing, and basically I've been doing every quest that's available to me, and I've been abusing the crafting system, really. Oh yeah, I went wand shield for her as well, but at this point in the game, when she has this particular skill tree, I like to give her a little bit more boost in the damage department, and kind of use her, because I often use a dual healer setup for bosses where I'll use like Serena and Ro, or Serena and Rab. I keep calling them Japanese. So I'll use Serena and Rab, or Serena and Sylvando or whatnot for bosses. And on the turns where she's not doing a lot of when she goes with wand shield, her damage output drops. But if you go this way, her damage output can actually increase significantly. And especially since she gets access to Enchanting Echo here, that's kind of why I went with this path for her this time. But in general, I also do the wand and shield with her as well. I'm actually under-leveled for this portion of the game, I believe, because I've been skipping. I've been running through a lot, not really running from a lot of fights, but just skipping a lot of monsters and not fighting a lot of stuff. So I'm actually, in terms of levels, I'm kind of low level for where I'm at in the game. Yeah, I have access to, oh god, what did they call them in Japanese or in English? The flying whale. I have access to the flying whale already. It's actually the very last story thing I got was I recruited Serena, or got her back in my party, and got the flying whale. And then I decided to take that opportunity to go and clear out a bunch of side quests that I had been piling up. And after I get done doing this, I'm going to go to all the areas that are only accessible by air, and then continue on with the story. It's kind of the path I'm doing. Let's see, can we even craft these things? It's a 3. Okay, let's try it. Yeah, I'm just about to go on like the next big leg of the story. Ooh boy, we may not be high enough level for this. Power of the next strike is halved. We may not be able to make this. Okay. No, it's gonna fail. It's gonna fail. Just give me the item, please. Alright. At least I got it. Oh man, you should craft. Crafting is so... You can get some really good stuff from crafting. Also, not just crafting, another thing I really recommend... Well, you want to craft to do this, but you want to use Perfectionist Pearls to rework items. As you can see, I have a lot of my stuff that's like +2 and whatnot, and +3. I didn't craft those, I just reworked them. So like anything you purchase, you can rework. And then you can improve its stats that way. And I highly recommend doing that. Also, post-game, to get some of the best items in the game, you have to craft. Oh man, you can do some pretty awesome stuff with it. Like I've kind of failed on some of the crafts I've tried, but like these are +3, so the deftness on this, I forget what the deftness was, but it wasn't 45, for instance. An easier look is Sorcerer's Rings. These are 4 MP, right, for a regular Sorcerer's Ring. But if you +1 these, I think you can get up to like +7 or 8 MP restored after each battle. It can give you better gears in shops. Occasionally you'll find better gear in shops than what you can craft. But in general, you're going to get better gear from crafting than you will from in shops. Okay, if this is anything like the last one, we're going to need to sizzly puff this probably 3 times. Oh, next strike is doubled. Multi-bash. Sizzly puff. Multi-bash. Next strike is halved. Regular bash. Let's go quad. Ooh. Yeah, I basically can't do that. Oh, I went way over. Oh, that's not good. Power is halved for the next strike. Oh, it's so annoying. This may not work. I see, I can't do that because I get too OCD about wanting to, like, try to do everything. At least I got the set. Like, if I try to just run through the game, I don't know. I get to a point where I'm like, oh, but then I could be doing this and doing all these side quests, and I just can't do it. There we go. I have this on him again. Oh yeah, because it's pretty good. Time to test this, because I don't know if this works. We're gonna find out. It does not. Okay. Well, in that case, let's undo his points. In case you were wondering, these skills like this one, like this pink Perote or whatever, and that's Amore and Kiss Me Deadly, the damage of these skills is based off of charm, and it ignores enemy defenses. Heavy damage to humanoids. Let's do this one first. Chance to paralyze. Yeah, we'll wait to get that. So I guess I could start working up this way. Or do I want to start going over towards his healing abilities? I don't know, I think I'm going to keep holding points. Not quite sure how I want to take him right now. Start working his way up here. Actually, I probably should have gotten... Probably should have gone after these two first. Now that I think about it. Oh well. Okay, she still needs a lot of points. Yeah, that is one good thing about it. Yeah, I will give you that. Does allow you to get through a whole lot more stuff. Hmm. No. It's a pretty good list of games. Oh, Chrono Trigger as well? Oh yeah, it's a very good list of games. If you liked Persona 3, if you haven't played 4 and 5, I definitely recommend those as well. You played those? Okay. Okay, which area to go to first? Let's go to this one that's right near us. Oh, that's Luminary's Landing. Never mind. Go up here. And look for sparklies, and no, I don't want to play the flute here. I want to look for sparklies, and I want to look for chests. Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's that's... Come here, buddy. Let's fight. He's probably not the best for this type of thing, but oh well. Really now? Just when I was about to lower your attack? Actually, lower your defense, not attack. Miss. Oh. Double miss. Okay, I guess we have to heal here. Great, and his divide wore off. Man. Get out my party. No, no. Get Rab in here.
Why don't I show you how it's done?
I like that. Thing's about to die, though. Yeah, Jade's one of my favorite characters. I really like her.
And stay down.
She's also just really, really strong. Yes. Can't open this yet. Don't have that key. Ooh. Emperor's attire and Empress's robes. Oh. Out of water. Yeah, I mean, all the Dragon Quest games are like this, and that's kind of why they stuck with it that way, though. I agree with you, but they like to do tradition. It's also the reason why the, well, I should say, just be glad we have voice acting in general. Because the Japanese version of the game had no voice acting whatsoever. And that was all as a just, you know, they didn't want to break tradition because they were afraid the Japanese audience wouldn't buy the game or complain about it if they broke tradition and put voice acting in it. The menus also didn't look quite this good either. The menus were actually pretty bad in the Japanese version, to be honest. Well, I mean, yeah, you're selecting dialogue options in Persona, and that's why it works. I mean, I fully agree with you that this game would have benefited from that, from a voiced protagonist. There we go. I thought there was a treasure chest back here. I've played every single one of them. I haven't beaten all of them, though. They're all good. The farther you go back, the harder it is to play them, though, because they're old school. So there's no, like, modern things to them. I mean, if you're fine with that, then yeah, 5 is good. 7's good, but it's extremely long, so I don't really recommend it. 8 is fantastic. It's another really good one. Yeah, but even those are more oh, how should I say it? They're not as old school. Like, compared to some of the older Dragon Quest games, those games would be considered modern. It's worth giving them a try. I mean, they are good games. I guess what I'm trying to say is they take a while. They're not hand-holdy in any way. So you gotta be okay with, you know, if you die, you may lose a bunch of progress. You may have to grind a lot in some of them. Like in here in 11, you can kind of get away without grinding. Which one I recommend first? 8. If you're going back, I would recommend 8 first. It's probably one of the easier ones to get into. It's also probably one of the easier ones to find at a decent price. It'll feel more familiar to you coming from 11 as well. There's a few more areas to look at. Yeah, you may also be able to find it like Amazon or something for a decent price as well. Okay. It's my favorite one, yeah. It's by far my favorite one, actually. I mean, I played 130 hours in the Japanese version, and now I'm playing it all over again. So, yeah, there's that. I don't do that often in video games. Usually if I play the Japanese version, unless it's something really special, I don't play the US version as well. I speak Japanese, yes. Read kanji, speak it, understand it. I lived in Japan for 8 years, up until about 2.5 months ago. I sometimes play games in Japanese on this channel as well. Commentate in English, play them in Japanese. Things like that. I'm actually going to be playing a game in Japanese at the end of the month. The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel. I don't know if you've heard of the Legend of Heroes series, but the 4th and final game in the Cold Steel series, and the 9th and final game in the Legend of Heroes series is coming out, and I'm going to be playing that in Japanese. Yeah, I play. So I got Dragon Quest XI back when it came out at the end of July last year. Played that, uploaded the full thing to YouTube, and then I also played that same year, or was it 2 years ago? I think it was that same year though. I also played Dragon Quest XI, or not Dragon Quest XI, Persona 5 in Japanese. I actually haven't played Persona 5 in English yet. It's on my list of things to play on this channel because I've actually only played that in Japanese. But the Legend of Heroes series, it's one of my favorite series of all time. As like a whole like epic almost. It's 9 full games. They all kind of they're kind of broken into individual stories, like 3 stories, but they all interlink together. And I plan to play. Well, I don't play. I will be playing the 4th and final game in the Cold Steel, which is also the 9th and final game in the entire series. Later this month. It comes out on the 27th in Japan, and I have it coming to my house here in the States. Yeah, Persona 5 is probably my favorite game of all time now. I absolutely love that game. Trials of Cold Steel is fantastic. I really like it's a really good series. It's a shame that all 9 games aren't out in English. I believe the Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky 1, 2, and 3 I believe are out in English, and then Cold Steel 1 and 2 are out in English. But the Trails of Zero and Trails of Azure are not out in English, unfortunately, and Cold Steel 3 is not out in English, and then Cold Steel 4 has no English release date as well. It's really unfortunate because it's a fantastic series. Four more places to check. Hey Tixman, thank you very much for the follow. I'm a huge JRPG fan. It's one of the main series I play. Or the main genres I play. Been playing them for basically all my life. As far back as I can remember, I've been playing JRPGs. I play other games as well, of course, but JRPGs are kind of my jam. I mean, actually, my love for JRPGs and whatnot was part of the reason I even wanted to move to Japan and learn Japanese in the first place. I hated having to wait around for them to get localized, and sometimes they didn't even come out in the States, and I was like, you know what? If I only knew Japanese, I wouldn't have to deal with this anymore. What I think about Ni no Kuni? I loved both of them. But I loved the first Ni no Kuni, and I loved the second Ni no Kuni. I think the first Ni no Kuni is the best Pokemon game that's not called Pokemon. And I just enjoyed Ni no Kuni too. I know a lot of people had issues with its difficulty. It didn't really bother me that it was easy. Wasn't that big of an issue to me. I can understand how people didn't like it though. It's probably just one of those things. It was the right game at the right time when I picked it up. I will say I got more engrossed in Ni no Kuni 1 though than I did 2, but I played Ni no Kuni 2 for many more hours than I played 1. Mainly because there's just much more to do in Ni no Kuni 2. I mean, I completed Ni no Kuni 1 in about 65-ish hours, and I did absolutely everything. So I really enjoyed it. I mean, it's not anything special by any means. It's not like gonna win the award, winning the awards for like greatest JRPG and whatnot. But I really enjoyed it, and a lot of what people complained about, they've actually fixed. Like they added difficulty to like a hard mode to the game and a bunch of other stuff. So like for people who complained about that, that's no longer an issue. They did a lot of quality of life upgrades to it. It was just unfortunate that they kind of came after people had written it off. See, I love Xenogears, I love the Xenosaga trilogy, and I love the Xenoblade trilogy. Xenoblade 1, 2, and, well, Xenoblade 2 and Xenoblade X. I actually, as much as I love it, I haven't played the original Xenoblade Chronicles. I played, my first Xenoblade game was Xenoblade Chronicles X for the Wii U, and I loved that game. Put like 250 hours into that game. And then I have been playing Xenoblade Chronicles 2 off and on. I'm at over 250 hours in that as well. Beaten the game twice. And actually, I think it's either tomorrow, maybe? I believe the Legend of Torna or whatever DLC is supposed to come out, and I actually plan to play that when it comes out, which I think is tomorrow. So Dragon Quest will be on a short little hold while I take a look at that. But I absolutely love that game. But again, I can see how people would be turned off by it at the same time. Yeah, see, I never played Xenoblade 1 either. I do own it now. I actually own it for the 3DS. I bought the Japanese version for new 3DS in Japan while I was living in Japan. But I just never got around to actually playing it. But I do own it on that system. Unfortunately, because I don't have the 3DS capture card, I can't stream it. So I'll probably never get around to playing it. Unless they port it to Switch. If they port it to Switch, then I will play it. I'm just curious though, what did you not like about Xenoblade Chronicles 2? You didn't like the combat? See, I really love the combat, but I do agree that it is very complicating and confusing. And I don't think the game really helps you understand it as much as it probably should. Actually, because I actually think one of the Xenoblade Chronicles 2's strong points is its combat. Flick your analog stick? You don't have to flick your analog stick to do anything in combat. you can't really attack it. You can't really speed up your attacking all that much, and besides reducing cooldowns. It's very, in that sense, it's kind of like an MMO. Yeah, so you do 3 auto hits, and then after your 3 auto hits, well, at any time after an auto hit, you can cancel it. So like the second it hits, you hit like one of your cooldown abilities, and then your cooldown ability will get a buff to it, right? It'll do more damage and whatnot. So there's that, and then that's the very simple part. And like depending on if you cancel into the first, second, or third auto hit, you can deal more damage. I honestly didn't really pay too much attention to that aspect of it. I did the canceling off whatever part in the auto hit it was, and the combat does start off slow, but it kind of needs to, because the combat system gets very complicating very quickly. So if the base combat is not like kind of slowed down like that, it'd be way too much for a lot of people. See, I never really did anything with that. I never really paid attention to that. I just played through it. Just attacked. I didn't really. You want to let him auto hit though, and build up to higher auto hits, because that increases that increases the amount of damage you do of your specials. If you cancel like the second or third auto hit, you get more damage that way.